I've made $75 million with digital products, and this award right here is proof. Each circle in this award represents $25 million generated online. And I've got 1, 2, 3 of them. And I did it without a big following and started with just one product. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys what digital products I sold to make $75 million and how you can start and scale your own digital product, specifically in the era of AI. Because today, just selling courses or ebooks doesn't work anymore. But there is a specific type of digital product that you need to sell to compete in the AI world today. So let's get into it. In 2016, I started a company called Passion.io. And back then it was an agency. We business partnered with influencers, which today we call them creators. We operated like a venture capitalist. We needed to find the right partner and then invest our resources into that partner. And in the end, we did a 50-50 profit share. And we made a couple of really good bets. And the first $1 million by early 2017, in less than 12 months after we started. And then we did what every founder does. We scaled up from 3 partners to 30 partners. And then we wanted to go to 300 partners with the same resources, just more output. And this was pre-AI. So automation back then meant Skype calls instead of flying people in with the airplane, and weekend course production sprints instead of a month-long productions. So it all looked great on paper, and cost per partner dropped by 90% and the revenue went up. But then, not every partner became successful and the risk went up with the scale that we had. So we were hoping the next one would hit, but then it didn't, and it got harder and harder. So in 2019, we made 2 moves that changed the whole company. The original model was a $97 lifetime course sold through card open, card close launches. And you maybe know the structures. When Apple does a big keynote, they create a lot of urgency, scarcity, energy. It's like, get the new product, right? Like now or never. And it works great, but just once. And then your revenue looks like this, right? You have a big spike with your first launch, and afterwards you have nothing. So you're like, let's launch again. You see another spike, but this one is smaller. So you're like, okay, let's launch again. You see another spike, and this one is even smaller. And because your cost stays flat, eventually your revenue doesn't cover costs anymore and you go broke. So here's what we did. We added a $19 per month subscription on top of the $97 lifetime access. And now revenue compounded. And here's the thing that most founders miss about subscriptions. They look at one cohort, right? Like people came in this month, and then it goes down because people are churning, and then they panic about that. But if you stack cohort on cohort on cohort, the line goes up. And that's how you scale to a few million. But then you hit a glass ceiling, somewhere between $2 million and $5 million, where the acquisition equals churn, and you can't grow until you fix retention. Remember this, because we're coming back to it in a moment. Let's talk about move number 2. We turned the business into software, and then thousands of people signed up at $97 per month to launch their own Passion app. During COVID, that hit, that also gave us some tailwind. But the thing that made us grow and 5x the business in less than 12 months was a profitable marketing funnel. And that's the $75 million story. 2 moves: subscriptions plus software with a strong marketing funnel. So let's talk about it. How did that funnel look like? It came from one specific thing. It was a profitable webinar funnel. And most business owners run free webinars and then they never sell. They're just part of the marketing effort. This one is free as well, but then ends with a paid offer where people have to buy right on the spot. And here's the structure. First, ads on social media. And here, please do Meta. Don't get distracted by TikTok, Google search, or SEO until Meta works. If you can crack Meta, you can crack the rest too. The easiest and fastest way to money is Meta right now. That traffic goes to a landing page with a short video that drives signups for the webinar. The webinar itself runs live first. For example, Thursday at 7 p.m. You and your audience, you learn and iterate. It took us actually more than 40 iterations until our webinar converted well enough so that we could pre-record it. Today, it runs every 15 minutes all by itself. So here's the webinar structure that actually converts. You want to sell money, not features, for the hook. And our hook was the weird niche that makes me $19,742 per month. And then you have to prove it, right? With your numbers and other people where you have created the success for them. And then you tell your origin story, where you started, what you tried, what you found. And then you share the 3 steps to the outcome, followed by the permission to pitch. So hey, do you want me to show you what I would do specifically? And then you actually pitch with 10 times more value than the price. And ultimately, then you close with urgency and scarcity. People go to a sales page, they go to a checkout, and that's done. If that sounds like a lot of work, if not actually it is a lot of work, here's a shortcut. And the shortcut depends on your price. And there are 3 price brackets and therefore 3 funnels. Under $1,000, you want to skip the webinar. You just sell direct from the landing page to a checkout, and that's it. Less than $1,000 is an impulse buy. You don't need to build a lot of trust. For $1,000 to $5,000, you use the webinar funnel that I just described. It's usually 60 minutes of value and then 30 minutes of pitching. For anything north of $5,000, you use a video sales letter, landing page with a VSL on it, plus a book a call. So people book in a call with you, and also there you will learn way faster from the calls with your prospects what they actually need or what you see from any dashboard. So pick the one that matches your price point and your strength. If you hate live cameras, maybe just do the VSL. If you close well one-on-one, do the book a call funnel. Don't overthink it. If I were to pick one, I would go with the one-on-one sales call funnel, because you have a one-on-one conversation with your prospects, you learn about them, you see what their pain points and trigger points are, and from there you can then close them and then start to productize it with a webinar, with a video sales letter, all of that. And reason number 2 is you need much less customers to make significant revenue. And because you serve them one-on-one, the perceived value is even higher, even though the price point is higher than if you just sell a course. So let's actually talk about courses for a moment. The brutal truth that I learned over 10 years selling courses is that industry standard completion rate of an online course is 4%. Again, out of every 100 people who buy your course, only 4% finish it. That's the market standard. And the success rate, meaning people who actually apply it and get results, it's about 2%. It's even less than that. And that's why in the end, no one scales a course business past 7 figures, because buyers don't get results, they don't refer, and they cancel, and you stay on a launch treadmill to get new customers in forever. So there's a way around this, but that way looks totally different in 2026 because AI happened. And with Cloud Code in 2026, everything is different. So if your product is information, AI just made it free. And your lead magnet PDF is worth 0 the day Anthropic ships the next model. So the question is, what do you sell when information is commoditized? You sell the thing AI can't replicate, which is access and accountability. And on top of those, and this is important now, an AI customer coach, which is trained on you. So here's the stack. You have an information layer, which is a focused training, under 4 hours, something simple, short videos to solve one problem end to end. And you record it once. It can also be super raw. That's what people love way more anyways these days. Next layer, the access layer, weekly group calls and a WhatsApp community. You can also do it one-on-one for higher price tiers. And then the AI customer coach layer, which is trained on your voice, your transcripts, your methodologies, your YouTube videos, your Fathom recordings, stuff that you are doing right now in your business, available 24/7 and scoped down to what is really relevant for your customers to get results. And the AI customer coach is the thing that increases the perceived value for your customer significantly. We've been building one ourselves, and we're investing now $500,000 per month into it, because building the first 80% with AI is super easy, as you know, but then getting the last 20% right and really dialed in is where most people quit, and where it also gets very expensive. The reason why you need that thing and why it really matters is this: at 11 p.m. on a Saturday, when your customer is stuck and is about to cancel and ghost you forever and go to your competition and you never hear from him or her again, the AI coach is there in your voice, guiding them through, bringing them back while you're sleeping. And your business is retaining customers. So you don't need a giant course for this. The coach learns from your YouTube videos, from your Fathom recordings, of your customer calls, for example, from your PDFs, from content calls that you do with yourself. And the course is just everything you've already said about your craft, which is indexed and on demand. And the AI coach can refer to that course. Let me share 3 more things the coach can do that no course can. Number 1, churn prediction. It flags customers about to leave before they actually leave. Number 2, upsell signals. It tells you exactly who's ready for the next tier that you should call today. It shows you what your customers don't understand in their own words. And number 3, content gaps. It shows you what your customers don't understand, but in their own words. You then take their language and put it back into your marketing and sales motion, and more more buyers like them will follow and it's easier to convert them. And this is how you break the 7-figure glass ceiling eventually. Let me give you an example. Here's one name I can disclose. Joseph McGlendon III. He's Tony Robbins' business partner. He's 72 years old. He looks like 40 and he bounces around stage like he's 20. His webinar conversion was 8% attendee to purchase. 8%. We then added UAI, his own customer coach, to his funnel, to his webinar offer, and the attendee to purchase conversion went from 8% to 20%. And that single change led him then to invest more in ads, and his return on ad spend 19x'd. So more ad spend, more profit, more leverage, right? So the funnel is becoming a flywheel that is just growing like crazy. If you're starting from zero or you want to add a profitable funnel to your existing business, here's how I would do it today. Step number 1, self-interview. You open Claude or ChatGPT, and then you use this prompt. I want to build a digital product where I teach something I'm already good at. Ask me 10 questions, one at a time, about my background, my work history, skills, hobbies, and the kinds of problems people come to me for. Then identify the top 3 niches where I have the most credibility and where there's commercial demand. Let the AI interrogate you. Most business owners can see their own expertise because it's obvious to them, right? But the AI surfaces it. So then, step 2, the demand interview. You then get on calls with 5 to 10 people in your top niche, and you ask them 3 questions. What is your biggest goal this year? What is holding you back from reaching that goal? How do you think I can help you solve this constraint, this bottleneck? And then if 3 or more of your prospects describe the same problem in the same language, that's the foundation for your offer. Skip the course first instinct. Don't build a course first. Start with the access. Group calls once a week. Community on WhatsApp. Monthly one-on-one for higher price tiers if you start on a 4-figure, 5-figure price point right away. The information piece is a focused training. Under 4 hours of video. It solves one problem end to end. You record it once and that's it. Now let's talk about pricing real quick. You price for access, not the information. A course alone in 2026 is worth $200, maybe $500 if it's done well. But the same course plus a 12 weeks of group calls plus community access is quickly worth $2,000 to $10,000. And there's a very important rule of thumb. You price at 10% of the perceived value of your customers, not your perceived value, your customer's perceived value. So if the transformation is worth $50,000 to your customer, not to yourself, you can charge $5,000 easily. It's a no-brainer for them. And you want to create an offer stack of all the elements that they buy for $5,000. And that in total feels then like a steal because the value is so much higher. It's 10 times higher, right? And they get an AI coach, plus the community, plus the weekly calls, plus a chance to talk to you. And when the stack is really exciting, the price stops being the conversation. So now we close the loop with the funnel from earlier. If your perceived value and 10% of that, the price is under $1,000, do a VSL. If it's $1,000 to $5,000, do a webinar. And if it's more than $5,000, do a direct to call funnel. Start with the one that matches your strength. Then make 10K first, and then you go into 10K per month. And then you iterate from there. With 10K a month, you're already at 6 figures a year. But then the question is how to scale past 7 figures. That's the part that most business owners never reach, because you will hit a glass ceiling around 7 figures where acquisition equals churn, and you can't grow until you fix the retention. This is where the AI customer coach unlocks the next tier. Let me explain. You have the same one-on-one feel of premium coaching. Imagine you would sit in a room with someone and you have a one-on-one conversation in real life. But now this happens one-on-one at scale if you're an AI customer coach, without the hours of your day, without losing the freedom that you started the business for. The reason I didn't recommend this as step 1 is you need a body of work first. Real customers, real testimonials, real recordings. The coach learns from that. So get to 6 figures the old way, and then this becomes your scale lever once you're there to really make it to 7 figures and then 8 figures. And that's how I made $75 million with digital products and how you can start and scale your own. If you're making at least 6 figures and want my help scaling your digital product to 7 figures or 8 figures without giving up your freedom, reach out using the link in the description below, and I'm very excited to work with you. If you're just getting started, subscribe to the channel and I have a lot more high value content coming soon. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.